Shabbat shalom. We have a special topic today. Money. Money is the topic today. So, as you guys joining the Shabbat Shalom service, which replaces your requirement to go to the church. This is a replacement. The Shabbat Shalom service is a replacement for your need to go to the church. Because God is asking you one day a week to be spiritual, to be closer to Him. By being here, listening to me, you are fulfilling one of the 10 commandments to remember the Sabbath and respecting it. And today we have a very special topic, money. So the first thing that I would like you to do is tell me if money is good or bad according to the original Bible. Please tell me if money is good or bad according to God, to the original Bible. Not according to Judaism, Christianity, Islam, or whatever. Just according to God. So, I see Stubbs is saying bad. Friend says love of money is sin. Keep going. Keep going, because you're going to be amazed in this Shabbat Shalom service. And while you are thinking if money is good or bad, take a deep breath and say Shabbat Shalom to everybody here. Say Shabbat Shalom. That's your first connection to God today in this service. Shabbat Shalom. Shalom is peace. Shalom also comes from the word shalem. Shalem means whole. As you know, the word perfect does not exist in God's language, does not exist in the original Bible. Yeshua never said the word perfect. Never. Because it just doesn't exist. Instead, there is the word mushlam or shalem. Mushlam means, like you say, perfect, but mushlam is more like 360 degrees. It's whole, it's complete. Perfect makes you all the time feel that you are lacking something. When you said, oh, this is perfect, perfect, it's like you're always lacking something. God doesn't want you to feel that you are lacking something. You are whole. You are complete. Okay? Not perfect. Do you get it? You are whole. What is perfect? I would be perfect if I have Einstein's brain, the look of, choose anybody in Hollywood, legs of a horse, and wings. That will make me perfect. But nobody can be perfect. Okay? Nobody can be perfect. And that's why God does not use the word perfect. He used the word whole. Perfect is something that was invented by King James. And that's why there are so many mistakes in King James' book. Look at yourself as a whole, complete. Okay? So, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom Yalfal. It means Shalom, it's peace, it's whole. It's gratitude to God, it's happiness with whatever it is that you have. Do you know that your life is somebody else's dream? Seriously, you might whine and say, oh, my life is not good, my neighbors has better and stuff. But actually, your life is somebody else's dream. So, Shabbat Shalom. And we will start the service that actually replaces your need to go to the church and replaces and fulfills your obligation to God in the Ten Commandments. And let's start. Money, good or bad? I see more people joined us, so please tell me, money, good or bad, before I give you the answer. Shabbat Shalom, Clara. Money is good or bad? Come on, come on. I see good, 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 good. Justin, good. Good morning, good. Okay, I see Carl says bad. The answer is that money is good. Money is excellent. Now that take my word for the moment, money is good. Shabbat Shalom to you too. Money is good. Can you now tell me what is money? Give me one word that describes money. One word. What is money? Now that we have established that money is good, money is very, very, very good. What is money? Carl says that it's power. I see safety here, peace, living, currency, energy. Come on, give me more. Resources. No, it's one word that describes where money is. Exchange, maybe, but I'm looking more for something that will give you its better understanding. Okay, now I'll tell you what money is. Ready? Reward. Money is reward. When you hear the word money, I want you to think about reward. Let me explain you. Whatever country you are in, when you go with your $1, if I take my $1 and I go in Jerusalem to the market, I have, let's say, the $1 in my pocket, and I go to some store and I see corn cans of corn, and I want to buy a can of corn, and I have the $1 bill in my pocket to buy it, and I see 6 different corn cans. I hold in my hand the $1. $1 I hold in my hand, and I will reward one of the 6 corn cans that has the best combination of the can that has the right quantity, that is the crunchiest, the sweetest, the freshest, and I will reward them the $1. 1 out of 6, I will reward them the $1. And the whole team that prepared the corn can will say, yeah, Mr. Don chose us. Holy Land Man chose us over others. And the same thing for you. You are going with your $1. In the store, if you are in Florida, you go with $3 and you decide which bread would I buy, and you have 8 kinds, and you are rewarding the bread that is the best. Money is reward. You do it with your kids. If you give them allowance and so on. Money is reward. Now, the richest people in the world are being rewarded. They are rewarded because they did something for us. Take Bill Gates, for example. Bill Gates brought us Windows. He brought us a new software. He advanced all of us. And we rewarded him by giving him money. Money is reward. Now, let's connect it to God, because God decided to do that. Money is 160. The code to God for money is 160. Remember, 160. It's called kesef. Write it down. God's language for money is kesef. You can write it as Kesef. Kesef. Shabbat shalom to the new people that coming on, that are joining us. Shabbat shalom. Kesef. Rewrite it. Ein. Yes, ein. Kesef. 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 Yes, Cookie, you got it right. Kesef. Yes, Lex, you got it also right. Kesef. Kesef is 160. If you happen to see in your life something with 160, God is basically telling you money, something to do with money. Money is reward. You know what else is 160? Etz. Etz is a tree. Tree is a big deal in the original Bible. Tree represents growth, stability, and it's also 160. Etz. Okay? Etz is stability. Etz is growth. Our lungs look like trees inside of us. And in the original Bible, the lungs represents health. Okay? So, let's talk about the original Bible and money. Trade. God loves trade. God loves trade. God loves to deal with exchange, trade, money. To all of you Yeshua lovers, when Yeshua was born, how did everybody and all the smart people and influential people greeted Yeshua as soon as he was born? Do you remember? Do you know? They brought him presents. They brought him money, and they brought their family, Yosef, the father, and Miriam, the mother. They brought them gifts of money, gifts of value, to welcome Yeshua to the world. Gifts, yes. When you type it here, when you write it, by the way, you will be able to remember it better when you repeat. Okay? So, money is 100, kesef is money, and it's 160, the same as etz, which is tree. A tree that grows. Okay? So we learned the word kesef, we learned the word etz, which is tree, and now I'm teaching you that God loves money and trade. How do you define trade in the original Bible? How do you define trade? What is trade? Trade is not always when you go to the market and here, I'll give you 2 bananas, give me 1 mango, or no. Trade is every time that you hear the words if, then. If, then. Trust me, I've been married for 18 years and I'm still hearing the words if, then, if, then. I do it with my kids, with my daughters, if, then, if, then. God is doing it all the time. All the time. If you do this for me, I will give you this. Already from Genesis. If you don't eat from the tree, I would let you live in Eden. All the time. If, then. If, then. When you see if, then it's a trade. It's commerce. It's like money. If, then. If, then. God is saying about Eden, he tells Adam and Eve, do not eat from the forbidden fruit, and I would let you live in Eden. And he mentions that there is a lot of gold in Eden. What is gold? Gold is a condensed form of money. God loves gold. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but God loves, not likes, loves gold. God is also telling people, give me your gold. Give me this, do for me this, do for me. If then, it's a trade. God loves money. For some reason, Christianity, and I think also Islam, got you confused about money. That it's a sin and it's bad. No, it's reward. Now, why God loves also the money and the trade? Because you are doing better for his world. The very first verse of the original Bible reads, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the origin, God brought into existence out of nothing the skies and the land. It's his. This world that we live in, it's not ours. We did not create it. We don't maintain it. God maintain it. That's why, for example, God says, bless Israel or you shall be cursed. You don't argue with that. God blessed the chosen people. And Yeshua is one of the chosen people. And I have some news for you. If you are a follower of Yeshua's teachings, of Yeshua, and you see yourself as part of Yeshua's teachings, not of Christianity, not of Paul, because Paul created Christianity. Yeshua is not Christian. It's believing in Yeshua, following Yeshua, means that you belong to the Yeshua's teachings, like you are Jew 2.0. Christianity is Paul. Paul, who never met Yeshua, never met Yeshua. He created Christianity. He wanted to differentiate himself from the Jews. He created Christianity to be different. He created a brand. And later he was supported by King James. But if you are a follower of Yeshua, the true Yeshua, the one that you can find in our original Yeshua Testament, that it's the most authentic New Testament in the world, then you are part of the chosen people. Because you are following God's original Bible and you are following Yeshua. I think Yeshua, not just that he was a Jew, not just that he was a good Jew, he was even better than a Jew. He was Jew 2.0 because he stood up to the authority, to the Jewish authorities. He stood up to the Jewish authorities and he said, you are not good enough for God. We can all do better. We can understand the God commandments better. The Sabbath, yes, we need to observe it. We should not work. But if there is emergency, we break the rules because it's people's lives. By the way, a lot of the Jewish people adopted Yeshua's teachings later. A lot of them adopted. Okay? A lot of them adopted. But I don't want to go into religion right now. You need to make a decision if you are a follower of Yeshua and his teachings, or you are a follower of Paul and his Christianity. The two of them are not the same. Okay? And don't let any church, any pastor, anybody confuse you. They are not the same. Okay, now let's continue. God loves trade, money, gold. He loves it. If you go and you look at Malachi 3:10, Malachi 3:10, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, number 10. This is the only time, one time that God says, challenge me, challenge me. He says, if you bring money, if you donate your 10% from your income and you bring it and you donate it, I will give you so much back. The skies will pour wealth on you. And that's, by the way, one of the reasons why the Jews are so wealthy and successful. Okay, the Jews are extremely, I think 22 times more than anybody else. Because they know the rule of Malachi. People that donate to our original Bible foundation find out that they are being divinely rewarded. Being a good person, donating and giving something, it's not always means that you are a good person. I donate, but I selfishly donate. When I see a poor person asking for donation in the corner of the street, and I give him $1 or $2, I don't think that I'm a good person. I do it because I'm selfish and because I feel good. This guy in the corner of the street, the poor guy, that I give him $1, he makes me feel good. He makes me feel appreciative. I'm in my car with the AC, with my beautiful family. And he's in the corner of the street in the heat. It makes me feel good to give him $1 or $2. I'm buying good feelings for $1. I'm selfish. I just traded something. I traded. This is a trade. This is the power of the money. This is the reward. I rewarded myself with good feeling for $1. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want you to look at your actions, and a lot of your actions are selfish, but it's okay if they benefit the world. If your actions benefit the world, it's okay. So, God loves money, trade very much, and God loves gold. You got it? When you work hard, you make money for your family. You save money, you make money. You 6 days a week, you're just thinking, how can I hustle and how can I have more money? Money means that it's your reward for improving God's world. Again, that's the kind of the bottom line. Money is a reward for you improving God's world, for doing better for God's world. If you invent something, you take a risk, and you as a result you earn more, you benefited God's world. Elon Musk did it, Bill Gates did it. Anybody that has money, it means that they rewarded, it's a reward. God took care of them for improving God's world. Okay? So, Shavua Tov, Daniel. Shabbat Shalom. So, guys, now that you understand, don't let any religion confuse you. Don't any religion confuse you. You have to stick to the original Bible. You have to stick to the original Bible. By the way, anybody that writes here that money is bad, anybody that thinks that money is bad, I will help you. I want to help you. DM my volunteers and give them your bank account and send us all the money that you have so we can purify you. Okay? If you think that money is bad, give it to us. We will give it to people that really need it. But get rid of your money if you think that money is bad. Okay? So if anybody of you think that money is bad, DM my volunteers, they'll take your money. And we will give it to terminally ill cancer patients. They will appreciate it. And we can do a lot of good with it. Okay? So, guys, money is good. You can say money is bad or money is dirty, but you are hassling all the time for money. Young ladies that are looking to get married, the very first thing that they're looking for, they will tell you love and stuff, but actually they want stability in a man. A woman will not marry a man unless he can provide for her nest. A woman wants you, the man, to have money to provide for her family, to provide for the future kids. So any man that is out there looking for love and looking for relationship and marriage, go and tell your woman that you think that money is dirty and money is not needed. And let's see how fast you're getting married. You will not. Okay? And women are smart. We consider in the original Bible women to be men 2.0, like a step higher. Because women can see around the corners. Women can see ahead. Men, we are more like workhorses. So, if you say money is bad, say it out loud to your friends. Say it to your spouse. Let's see you finding somebody. Let's see that you are finding. Yes, Cookie, you are right. I see what Cookie is writing there. Yes, so let's see you finding somebody. So guys, don't be talking about money, God's money, bad, about gold, trade and stuff, bad, and then behind the scenes you're hassling to have monies because you do want to have a better life. Okay? Money is reward. Okay? It's money is not power. You think about money as power, but money is actually a reward. Okay? It's a reward. So, back to our Shabbat Shalom service. Hassle for 6 days. Don't feel bad. If you take something from this Shabbat Shalom service with me, it's that hassle to have more money. Because when you get more money, other people reward you for doing better for God's world. One more time. When you hassle for money, when you want to have more money, you know that you need to get more rewards from people. When people give you money, pay you more, they think that you are worth more, or your product or your service is worth more. They reward you. It's a reward for doing good in God's world. When you take your money, 10%, and you donate it, you will see divine rewards. If you donate it to the right place, you will see divine rewards. It will be amazing. But you need to challenge God. You need to remind God. You need to say, God, listen, I donated so and so much money to the original Bible Foundation. In Malachi 3:10, you told me that I'm allowed to challenge you, God. I'm challenging you, God. Where is my reward? Where are my rewards? You will not be disrespectful to God, because this is what we instruct our donors to do. And we have large donors that have a lot of money, and they're playing the game with challenging God. And we tell them, if you don't get the divine reward within 37 days, ask us, we'll give you back 70%. Some of them put a lot of money. We're telling them we'll give you even 80% back. Challenge God. It's like a game with God. If somebody tells you that money is bad, you know what to tell them. Now, I'll answer a couple of questions. You can ask me directly, and I'll answer you a couple of questions. Somebody is asking me, what do I think about a certain book in the original Yeshua Testament, which you call New Testament. We are using the very original, the very authentic. You can find it on our site, the original Yeshua Testament. I want you to realize something. Please listen carefully. The first 4 books of the original Yeshua Testament, of the New Testament, are the gospel. You can consider them holy. The 5th book, Acts, is more like a history book. All the rest are letters and letters of opinion of different people, and mainly Paul taking advantage of Yeshua and creating Christianity and coming up with crazy ideas that Yeshua never said, never talked, never. I want you to remember that Yeshua didn't do any preaching until the age of 30. He was dealing with commerce. He was a carpenter. He was hustling for a living. Only at the age of 30, he started his church or his preaching. It wasn't a church, but he started his preaching at the age of 30, and he was crucified at the age of 33. But only at the age of 30 that he started doing that. He was busy building and surviving and providing and so on. And then obviously he lived off donations. Okay? So only don't get confused between the different sayings in different books. Stick to the first 4 books of the gospel for if you are a Yeshua follower. If you love Yeshua, stick to the first 4 books. If you care about Christianity and Paul, look at all the books beyond Acts, because you will find contradiction between Yeshua and Paul. So you need to decide which one you want to go with, Christianity or Yeshua's teachings. If you are going with Yeshua's teachings, consider yourself part of the chosen people. Consider yourself as Jew 2.0. I'm being asked, what about Muslims? Shabbat shalom to Lectra, one of our volunteers. What about Muslims? I am not familiar enough with the Quran to answer you. And we are a scientific, non-religious organization. So everything that I tell you, it means that we searched it. And it's a scientific saying. And we compared it against the last 6,000 years of history. And we cross-referenced it with the last 6,000 years of history, with the original Bible and the Code to God. So if I tell you that money is good and God loves money, it checks out over the last 6,000 years of history. It checks in the original Bible, and it checks with the Code to God. And I told you that the number is 160, and it's like a tree. Okay? Okay. Ain is saying that Muslims are saying that Isa is Yeshua and so on. Guys, your job, your goal here is to be closer to God. Forget about history. Forget about history. There is another thing that you need to know. Be ready. It will prevent you from a lot of arguing. We humans create reality. One more time. We create reality. Ask me if Yeshua walked on water. Yes, definitely yes. How do I know? I just told you a minute ago that we are a scientific, non-religious organization. How can I tell you with such assurance that Yeshua walked on water? Was I there? Did I see it? What kind of evidence do I have? The rule says that we create our own realities. For the last 2,000 years, 2 billion Christians said, or let me say, Yeshua's followers said that Yeshua walked on water. Therefore, Yeshua walked on water. Passover, the Jews, I cannot calculate how many Jews over the last 3,000 or 4,000 years, but they said so for the last 3,000 years or 2,000 or 3,000 years. The Jews celebrated and they say that the Red Sea parted ways, and they repeat the story of leaving Egypt. Then this is what it is. We don't argue with it anymore. It becomes a reality. When you get married, you create a reality that your spouse is the best in the world. Hey, I even convinced myself, not convinced, I know my 3 daughters, the best in the world. Are they really? Is your kid the best in the world? Try to give me any other child replacing my 3 daughters, any one of them, with anybody else, and I will tell you no thank you. What does it mean? That I think that they are the best in the world. I created that reality. God allows us to create our reality. We have the free will. This is the free will to create our own reality. Don't argue with people. If they tell you Islam is this, say, okay, this is your reality. Somebody tell you Jews are better, Islam is better, this is better. That's okay. You can tell them, you can bring them points to tell them why you think differently, but you cannot force them. There is no, my logic is better than yours. That's their own reality. You see sometimes people doing crazy things, and you asking, are they blind? Don't they see that she cannot marry this guy? She created a reality. So we are allowed to create our own realities, and it will prevent you from arguing. Okay? One more question, please. One more question. Anybody that wants to ask one more question before I tell you Shabbat Shalom, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of the day. And by the way, you can rewatch it later. We will try to repost it. Paul was Jewish, yes, but again, ignore the, yes, Paul was Jewish, but he created a brand. Of course, Paul was Jewish. Paul was Jewish and he talked Hebrew. Okay? The word Aramaic doesn't exist even one time in the New Testament, not even once. Aramaic is a street language. It's a dialect of Hebrew. Hebrew is the holy language that Yeshua spoke. Aramaic is kind of a street language, like Southern accent that in America, you know. But Paul was also Jewish, but he wanted to differentiate himself, like King James wanted to differentiate himself from the church. So he created unicorns and the word Moses instead of Moshe, and Joseph instead of Yosef, and Mary instead of Miriam. Why did he do that? Why do you still say the word Mary? Why do you say the word Jesus even? Jesus is a made-up name. It's not a real name. It doesn't mean anything in any language. You created a reality with it. Okay? Everybody, Shabbat Shalom. And remember, if you want to be closer to God, stick to the original Bible. Stick to the original Yeshua Testament. You will know the truth, and the truth will bring you closer to God. And don't let anybody scare you with God. In principle, God loves you. But to maintain that love, you need to follow the 10 Commandments. That's all. If you want to be a good, and you don't need to belong to any religion, you simply want to be good to God, and you want God to reward you, follow the 10 Commandments. And you have done it today by being here in this Shabbat Shalom service, and you fulfilled your obligation of spirituality and being closer to God. Shabbat Shalom.